I'm Daniela, and today we are basically having a resin party. I was sent so much stuff from Let's Resin, and I'm so excited to test all this stuff out. Some of these are brand new products. So like this one that I have here just went live on Amazon like this past week. So this is the Floral jewelry making kit. And honestly, I think this is actually the first like full resin kit that I've ever gotten or done before. Like I've always just done, just like played around with resin and then adding my own mica powder or alcohol inks, whatever. But I've never actually done like an actual kit. So I'm excited to test this guy out. And this is all UV resin. And so like everything here, I think for the most part, everything that I'm about to show you is all UV resin based, which is perfect for lives since I can't really do two-part resin because then I'll have to wear a mask and then you can't hear me. So I'm excited to play around with the UV resin stuff. And actually, now that I think of it, this is also my first UV resin stuff other than Miniverse items. Like, I think that's the only UV resin stuff that I've done is all the Miniverses. So this is like actual legit UV resin items. So I figured I would just go ahead and show you like everything that I got. We're not going to play around with absolutely everything, but quite a few of the things. So we'll see how this goes. But as always, everything is listed in the description for all of the links to the products. And yeah, as you join, say hi, let me know where you're from, your experience with UV resin. And yeah, let's just hang out and do some crafting stuff today. And hey, Olivia, I see you, but you're probably restarting your phone right now, so no worries. But hey, good to see you. Yeah, so let's just go through these. So we're gonna do the Floral jewelry making kit, but I will set that aside for now so that we can go through and I can show you everything else that I got from them. So let's see. So here is just UV resin, just clear UV resin, the hard type, so it's more viscous. I just requested this just to have on hand for like any project that I've got so that I finally actually have some UV resin that I can play around with and not have to save like all of the Miniverse resins. Because I have been. I mean, I still do. I still have all the resins from the Miniverse kits that we've done, but it's fine. Now I have like legit resin that I can use. And this one is Pearlescent resin. We probably will be playing around with this one. So I'm excited to see that. I think this is also one of their new products that they came out with. So it has, I guess, 16 colors, and these all have like a shimmery effect to them. So like pearlescent. Then we've got some resin dye. So this is resin pigment because I was asking about that in terms of pigments and like alcohol inks because again, my familiarity with UV resin is really just the Miniverse kits. So I was like, actually, can you use alcohol ink with UV resin? And they're like, kind of, but like not, like it's not the best choice because it really affects the setting time for UV resin. And so they were like, let's send you the pigments instead. So that's what these guys are resin pigments that can be used for UV resin. Then we also have pigment paste, which is even darker. So I think this stuff is opaque, and this stuff I think works more like an alcohol ink where you can still make it translucent. So I'm pretty sure that's the difference between these two, so the pigment paste and the resin dye. So we've got those. Then we have UV resin for bonding. So again, this one was for me just to have on hand. I'm sure we'll do some sort of projects with it, but this is like, if you need to reattach something, this is for that. So it's like a really high strength, really viscous resin for this. So this is a smaller bottle for that. Yeah, I'm excited about having this guy on hand to just like fix stuff. And maybe it like works with a different type of glue kind of thing. So yeah. Nifty thing to have. Then this is another new product that they just came out with, and we will probably play with this one as well. So this is white chrome powder. So it is more of like a shimmery silver stuff. I don't know like what makes it chrome. I don't know like specifically how this is different than a mica powder, but we will play around and see. So yeah. Olivia, I don't know if you heard me say hi. I feel like you were changing your phone, but I did say hi. Hey, hey, good to see you. Then silicone putty. So you guys don't know this because I didn't end up sharing it, but I was going to try and make my own butter squishy and ended up melting a whole bunch of butter and putty on my desk is basically what that ended up being. And so I never actually shared any of it. And I didn't share, like I could have sent it as a fail and like uploaded it as a fail video, but I didn't even film me undoing it because I was so frustrated with the whole thing. So yeah, so it turns out silicone putty does have an expiration date. And I didn't realize that. And like, also I think one of them was left open. And so it doesn't set up if it's old. But I absolutely love working with silicone putty. And thankfully, letsresin has some silicone putty. So I just asked for some silicone putty so that we can do our own little mold making every now and then. That'll be super helpful, again, to have on hand. So you can see like a combination of this is like their new products. So like these guys are new, and like this, and then the other thing is new here. I'll show you in a second. And then other stuff is just stuff I requested just to have so that we can do some cool projects with them. Then we have this, and I realized I should have unwrapped it. Let me see if I can unwrap it without making a ton of noise here. I think it's just going to be a ton of noise. Okay, hang on. Ugh. I don't know. For me, that's really loud, and I hate that sound. But okay, these are so freaking funny. This is brand new from them as well. And if y'all can see that, this one is cats and dogs. I think, or maybe this one's just cats. I don't know. I honestly can't tell if that's a cat or a dog. That honestly looks like a corgi butt to me. So I think that is a corgi. But these, like, look at these on this side as well. We've got more animals, dogs, cats, and chickens. And what these are bread clips, like a tie on your bread to seal up the bread bag, but they are specifically animal butts. And they are so freaking funny, and they were really excited about these. And I was like, you know what? That sounds delightful. Send them over. So we will be playing around with these guys today. I was expecting them to be like half the size, because yeah, like when I think of a bread clip, I'm thinking of something probably like that big. And so I was expecting these to probably be like that big, but then that's like literally double the size of what I was thinking. So we will see, but these are just so stinking funny. So yeah, all of this stuff is linked in the description. We've got our new products here. I think it's these 4 are their brand new products that we get to try out. And then the last thing they sent is a brand new UV light. And so this one has top and bottom lights. So I actually am really excited about that because, as you know, with all the Miniverse stuff, I end up like turning things around and flipping them over. And so this one will make it so much easier. So I'm actually very excited about playing around with this light. So I have moved my other little nail lamp to the side and we will test out this guy. So let's move everything to the side. We are going to start out with the jewelry making kit. And let's see. And I think what you get to make is like, I'm trying to like organize this in some way, but we might need the light. It's fine. I'll just move everything out of the way and then we can restack later. So I think you can make like keychains and earrings, it looks like, and some just like hanging decor items. So that's really neat. So yeah, let's just go ahead and open this guy up. And so here are our molds. Ooh, love it. More really loud plastic. Ugh, I hate this. Ugh. Okay, toss that to the side. I am very averse to loud, piercing sounds. So that's the vibe we're going with there. Here are the molds. We've got a whole bunch of different flowers here on this one. And then this one, it looks like these are our leaves. So they split it up into leaves and flowers for our molds. We've got tips and tricks. We've got the contents, user manual. I have actually not opened this one. So one of the few times that I didn't open it in advance. I don't think there's anything that I really need to know, I guess, other than shake the UV stuff, the UV resin, blah, 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 cure for 2 to 3 minutes. Pop bubbles, connect the stuff. Yeah. Yep. Fair enough. We've got all of our bits and bobs here, so we can go ahead and open these guys. I think these are all of our accessory pieces. Oh, look at that. So it looks like these, I'm guessing, are stud earrings, or maybe it's pins because I'm not seeing a backing for them. Also, something fell, so I don't know where that piece came from. Huh, I don't really know what that is. It looks like a stud earring, but it doesn't have the backing. So I'm not sure what that is. We've got some rings here, some jump rings. We've got some fun little charms. We got some leaf charms, flowers, some pearls and shapes. We've got dangly earring pieces. Some more jump rings. Some lobster clips with chains. So those are going to be our keychain pieces, as well as these will be our keychain pieces too. So we've got a bunch of little variety of items here. And I don't know what this was to. I feel like this is just its own rogue piece. I'm going to set that to the side. Now, again, with the loud plastic. Weird. It looks like this is a little measuring cup or stir stick. I don't know what this is. Oh, I think it's lit, like this is just a piece of silicone. I guess we have two of them. Or I guess this one has a little scoop to it and a scrapey side. And then this one has a pointy and scrapey side. So I think these are just some tools to be able to use. And what do we have? Let's do all of the loud things. Let's open up our dies. Let's get these guys out. Just gonna toss them into there. So these are resin dies, which I'm guessing are actually probably part of what is in here. So I'm thinking this is a duplicate of these guys. So that's quite a bit of dies that you get with this. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors. So it looks like we have lemon yellow, sky blue, black, nice, red, it says bright red specifically, emerald green, and violet. Nice. That's so interesting. I feel like rarely you get to have black in whatever kit you're doing. So I like that a lot. And that way you can also like make things darker. Okay, good. The plastic isn't as loud on your end. Awesome. Glad to hear it. It just, for me, I can't stand it. So good. Okay. So I will just suck it up and realize it's not as bad for you guys. We've got some mixing cups. We have, oh, no way. This is pearlescent resin. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. So again, same thing. Okay. We'll just go with the colors. So we've got pink, blue, white, and purple pearlescent colors. So some nice pastel-y colors and like floral-y colorway there. And I'm thinking that is the same as then this guy. So they're matching it up with these pearlescent UV resins that they came out with as well. So I think they're giving you just like a set of the new products in this new kit as well. So that's kind of fun. Excuse me. And we have the tips for those pearlescent ones. Then we've got our big thing of UV resin. So this is the clear hard type. So this is what they sent separately just for my own request to have. But now we have another bottle of this. I don't think I realized that that was included. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have asked for it because we're probably going to have plenty left over from this guy. Then, oh, that's cute. I think these are little like earring or necklace holders. So you can give them as gifts. That's fun. Look at that. Yeah. So it has like the little spots to hold like a keychain or the earrings there. That's a fun detail. I like when they do like packaging and stuff so that you can give them as gifts. And then it also comes with a tiny light. So we will see if we will use this one or the new light they gave me. But this is that little guy. I don't know if there's instructions there. Cable, of course, and we've got the actual light here. Simple enough. On and off button. Looks like it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 LEDs on it. And instruction manual. Ooh, flying around. Instruction manual. I don't think there's nothing helpful there. So that is this kit. Let's move this to the side. Maybe we'll put that back there. Yeah, let's do that. And we will move this here. And so now I guess we just get to decide how to do this. There isn't really, unless it's like, this is the tips and tricks. I'm not going to look it up, but you guys are welcome to. There is that QR code if you want to scan that. But I guess we just make stuff and connect whatever pieces we want. It looks like everything has a hole. Yeah, so there are indeed the holes in every single piece. So it looks like you can link up however many pieces that you want, though I'm realizing you can only do like 2, and then you can't attach in earrings, though this one says that there are 2, like there's a hole on that side and that side, but I'm not seeing 2 holes on any of these. Oh no, there we go. Okay, so on this one, these guys have 2 holes. So one on top, one on bottom. Yeah, weird. Okay. And then there aren't any flowers, though, that have one on top and one on bottom. So I'm not sure how you connect them. Like, specifically, where's this one? Like, if we're looking at this, so, like, look at this earring that they've made right there. There's flower, flower, flower. And so that implies that there is a hole ready for that top flower and middle flower on both sides, but you can't. So I don't know if they're expecting you to like drill your own hole through it, but we can't currently make that as is. So I don't really know. The best we can do is just like do one set. It looks like we can do at least these leaves. These leaves can be attached on the bottom or top. But otherwise, it looks like we can only do one earring with a single flower. Huh. So I'm curious. Let me know, like, in chat what you guys have for ideas for this, because I don't really know how to combine stuff. I figure maybe we'll just make some things and then see how we combine it afterwards. So I don't know. I feel like the camera is higher. Yes, that was because I was ready. I think, actually, we might be able to move it. Maybe I'll move it. Actually, now that we're working on this, it's because I was showing everything, so we needed the camera higher. So you know what? Let's actually make it lower so that y'all can see what we're doing close up. So bear with me. It is going to be all wobbly for quite a bit, and it's going to be awkward. So bear with me, but we are going to be moving around and seeing how to do this. Let's see if that works. How's that? That's pretty good. Let's go with that. It's going to be shaky for a little bit because my stand is wobbling around. Okay. Okay, sweet. Let's do that. It is warm in here. I'm going to drop the temperature down. I am like sweating my butt off. It is currently 76, which actually for me is quite cool, but whatever. We will get some airflow. Okay. Perfect. So let's see where to start. I don't really know what to start with. What is interesting is that they say to use toothpick, but they don't provide a toothpick. But they do provide these. So I think we will go ahead and use these as toothpicks to be able to stir in our dyes. But let's start, you know what, let's play around. No, I want to do the resin. Let's do the resin. To add another hole when pouring resin, it would need to set up though. So the idea is using, so who is that? Ginger Heartbeat says doing a toothpick or something like that to add another hole when pouring the resin. We need to hold it in there. So we would need a silicone piece to create a hole while it's curing. So I wouldn't be able to use a toothpick because the resin would stick to it. And I would also have to hold it there the whole time while it cures. So I don't know. That's so bizarre to me that that is how it is created. I don't know. Let's see. But yeah, the lights included. I feel like that actually, now that I'm like, I feel like that's rare. But having not done a kit before, I think it was more like as I looked historically for a resin kit, there aren't, I don't know why I just did that with my hands. Most kits don't seem to come with a light. So yeah, that is neat. I mean, it's a small light, but it's definitely better than nothing. So that's cool. Okay, so now I have that. This was not a good job of opening this guy up, but we will make do. I don't know why I was putting the top back on. Let's move that. Do I need to add a hole to this? I'm thinking yes. How do I add a hole to this? Can I just use my screwdriver here? Okay, instructions not clear. I think I legit need to like drill into this. What the heck? Yeah, I mean, they're like, hang on, let's go back to the manual. Does it suggest how to open this? Oh yeah, with scissors. I'm an idiot. Let's just use scissors. For some reason, like I know how to do this with glue. This seems so ridiculous to me though. Okay, hang on. Remove the seal from the UV resin bottle, screw the nozzle cap on securely, pour the desired amount into the mixing cup. See, this is like shake the UV pigment and cut the tip off of that. But like there's no hole in this, so I don't know. But like there isn't a clean way to cut this. So no, it's not like there's some sort of pressurized hole here. What the heck? How the hell do I open this bottle? Because I'm realizing if I cut it, there isn't like an easy way to cut this bottle. It's just going to cut a giant amount off of it. I don't understand. And they don't provide something to like poke a hole into it. How to reduce bubbles, precautions. I don't know. I don't understand. It was stud earrings though. So that's good to know that those were indeed stud earrings, but then there aren't backings to those earrings. Huh. Pour the desired amount. Oh no, okay, so it does have you mix it into a cup. Huh. I do not know how to open this. This is so weird to me. And like all the other little ones as well, I don't know how to open it. And it's not, I mean, you can see how much force, maybe you can't see how much force because now that I moved the camera, I am putting so much force on this to try and open this. I'm like, make a hole into it. So we might have to pour directly out of the bottle, and we can't pour directly into our molds, unfortunately. So we will be using the little mixing cups. I was thinking it could also be fun to mix the dye into the mold itself, but it looks like we will not be doing that. So instead, we are just going to pour it directly into here. I don't really know how much to do. Maybe we'll just do a couple in the same color. And then we will just seal it up and add some dye. Let's try purple. Let's do purple. So this one we do cut. And that one is straightforward enough. And so let's start small. So we're just gonna add a drop at a time. And then we can use our stir stick here to mix it. Okay, that was absolutely nothing. Let's add plenty more. There we go. Let's try that. And stir this together. So it's very clear. So this is where I'm thinking. So this is how the difference between the dyes and the pigments. Oop, I am adding bubbles accidentally. You want to stir that carefully so that bubbles aren't made. But that's the difference between the dye and the pigment, is the dyes are translucent, whereas the pigments will be opaque. So I'm trying to just scrape the sides to get as much of that dye mixed in as possible. But it is, we seem to be needing quite a bit here. Let's do that and stir together. That's kind of a nice purple. I feel like on camera it is more clear than it actually is in person. Let's go with that. And now we can pour it into our molds. So let's move this out of the way. And let's see. Let's just go with the main flower. We're not even calling the main flower. Whoops. That's fine. It'll chip off. And then we can fill this. Whoops. Well, that one I'm going to have to wipe off. Okay, let's mark that off. And let's try and have this a little more centered so y'all can actually see what I'm doing. I'm going to push these to the side, fill in all the little spaces, and oh, that's the hole. That makes sense. I was like, why is that not filling in? Because there is the little hole there that is very translucent. Okay, maybe we will add some dye. Maybe we can give it like kind of an ombre effect as well. What if I do like a tiny dot on each here? And then we can sort of blend that in. Whoops, that was a big one. Okay, there we go. And now, let's sort of do a fun swirly swirl. Here we go. Give it a fun effect. And swirl that in, and swirl, swirl. So it's almost like a little tie-dye effect to it. I kind of prefer mixing it into here because it does give it a fun texture to it. That is fun. I will say the colors on the box are so different than what the color is. Like, I can't even see if y'all can see that. There we go. Yes. So the purple here is like extremely different. That has way more red in it than this one does. So that's weird that it is not true to the box at all. So that's something to be aware of. Okay, beautiful. So now I'm trying to think where I can set this. Let's use this as our little holder here. Move this out of the way. I am already making a mess. I spent 4 hours yesterday cleaning my office craft room space. So the space I'm in right now. And it is like lovely now. But now in this is like a complete mess again. But it's fine. So let's get our little UV light here. I'm gonna move that out of the way. We gotta plug this in. And then, oh no, Olivia, your case broke. That's annoying. Ginger Harpy, the complete kit. You take that back because you can't open the resin bottle. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that is weird. Or like not having instructions for it. Also, the whole thing with the 2 holes and being able to connect the different pieces is a little weird. Like, obviously, I feel like you would need a drill to be able to add extra holes to this, but obviously a drill is not included. And why would it be? Because that would be crazy expensive for the kit. Okay, but they don't even say, like, grab a drill to be able to do that. Like, there are no instructions about it, which is also bizarre. So I am grabbing the power cord so that we can plug this guy in. And there we go. And now, so what they have you do is just set this on top like so and click it. Oh, I was like, what is S09? S06? Yep, I have it the wrong way. It is 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 150 seconds. That makes a lot more sense. Actually, so let's up that. We'll up that to 150 seconds to let this guy cure. That's funny. Whoopsie dips. Well, in the meantime, I realized I haven't shown y'all this, so I'm wearing some jewelry for once today. So I've got this super cute bracelet on this side. Y'all will see it better in other moments that's not awkwardly like this. But how cute is that? It's like got some sparkles. And then this one, I'm not much of a gold wearer, but I feel like I every now and then need to have something that is gold. And so this one I thought was cute with the little knots, but a company offered to send them. And I was like, yes, please. So yeah, showing you guys these guys. And they are also linked in the description. But yeah, those are cute. I think this is like from their new collection. So if you're into gold and pearl specifically, they have a lot of gold and pearl combination stuff. But I am not a fan, personally, of pearl and gold. And I was like, well, that's unfortunate. Like, that's not really my jam. But I did see this one, and this one was cute. And every now and then, like I said, I feel like I'm looking for a gold piece, but all of the stuff I have is in silver. So it doesn't, like, yeah. It's nice to have at least something that I like that is in gold. But I really like this one. This one's so cute. It's like almost tennis bracelet-y looking. Yeah, super cute. I like it. And I realized I should start wearing jewelry during lives and stuff so y'all can see. I didn't wear my nails today, but I need to make them bigger. Like the pinky ones, so the ones that I have with like the cute little bows, my absolute favorites. I need to make the pinkies bigger. They're way too small and they just like sit on the top and like the sides completely show. So I need to make some more ones for that. But yeah, I'm like, if brands want to send me free stuff, by all means, carry on. Like, and then y'all get to see like the fun stuff that I have. But that's so fun. So yeah, I can share them while on lives. Yeah, like I'm not much of a ring wearer either. I don't think like I ever have been a ring wearer. But bracelets, I do like. I like bracelets. But yeah, rings. I wear necklace. Basically, I wear necklaces and bracelets. And then every now and then I'll wear earrings. But that's about it. But yeah, rings for some reason. I think it's just uncomfortable for me, which is also why I don't wear the wedding band that I have, because it annoys me. So that one is on a chain. I'll wear it occasionally as a necklace. Okay, so we hit that for probably more than 150 seconds because I changed the time, but that is definitely set. So we can go ahead and peel this guy off. There we go. Cute. There is our little flower. I realize we might want more light. I don't know if that helps. There we go. If we bring that down, it might be a little bit brighter. Well, there is our flower piece. So now we need to either, see, this is where I'm confused because I really want to add some greenery to it, but then I can't attach like a keychain or anything to it. So we can either just leave it that and attach a piece like this, do it as a single earring. But I think what I want to do is add a plant to it. A plant to it, like the base to it. I'm actually realizing, like, what the heck is this one? Is this even on here? Like this red one here has a green thing at the bottom. Is that on the other side? No, that's this one. Okay, now I see it. That's this one. Got it. Okay, let's try doing a greenery one. And let's use this one and see. Let's add some plants. Let's do one of these guys. This fun like leaf plant here. I don't know what kind of plant that is. This is definitely tulip, but we'll do one of these guys. And so this one, let's do, oh, we don't have pearlescent of those colors. Okay, let's just do the resin. See, this is what's so weird. We're gonna have to pour it into here and then pour it from here since we can't pour it from this container. So we're gonna just pour some resin into here. I'm going to let that cut off like that. And then we can just pour it into here. And then I'm going to add the alcohol ink directly to it this time. And by alcohol ink, I don't mean alcohol ink. I mean the, what do they call it? The resin dye. Okay, so we are going to carefully fill this in with just the clear UV resin. There we go. Whoops, I'm gonna let that drip off. And let's grab our other little thing here. Do that, there. And then we can scooch this into all of the extra spaces. I think I've overfilled this one. It should be fine though. And then let's grab the emerald green and let's do a drop. Ooh, it would help if I open this. Let's open this guy up. Let's go ahead and open that. And now we'll add some drops in here. I'm just going to do random places, and maybe I'll add some yellow to it as well. If we got yellow, I assume there was a yellow. I'm trying to remember even what the colors were. It looks like there's a yellow right there. So that one was the green. Yes, lemon yellow. Let's do this guy. Cut this off. And we'll do drop, 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 and a drop. Let's try that. And now we can swirl it all together. I just really like the effect that it has when you just stir it in directly. I think that's so fun. I really like the tie-dye look to it. But otherwise, you can mix it separately like we started to in the first one. I just added way too much resin to this. It'll be fine. And we can mix that up there, get some yellow. Because we can probably just chip some off. I'm actually wondering, I might wipe some off. I might do that. I might grab a paper towel and just wipe it off because this is really overfilled. So let's grab a little piece of paper towel and let's just do a quick little wipe. I might have to add more dye because this might wipe a whole bunch off. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo the dye. So let's try this again. There was just way too much resin and it was spilling everywhere. Is that a hair? There is a tiny little hair in there. There, now we got it out. Okay, let's try that again. So let's grab our green. So that actually looks pretty cool on its own, just like that. That's kind of fun. Let's add a couple drops there. And then we'll add some yellow. And the fun part about working with UV resin specifically is you don't have to worry about the setting time. You can play around with it as much as you want, as long as you don't hit it with light. There we go. And now let's swirl this guy together. And mix it on up. While I do this, what do y'all have going on for the weekend? Any fun weekend plans? Like, Olivia, did you end up seeing the seals? What was it, 2 weeks? 2 weeks ago? Did you end up getting to see them? That almost looks orangey, actually. You might want to add a little bit more green into that spot so it doesn't look like completely dead leaves over here. I may have added too much yellow instead of the green. But here in Nashville, we have a yearly tomato fest. So that is what is going on this weekend. And it's literally a festival for tomatoes. I don't really know the history behind it, but it's specifically like an art festival. So it's like all tomato art themed stuff. And they block the bunch of streets for the whole festival. And there are food trucks and everything and a whole bunch of different art. And we went the first year we were here, but haven't been back since. And I'm like, this feels like a good time to go since it's been like 4 years since we've been. So that'll be fun. Oh, you didn't get to see the seals. Aw, bummer. Well, next time, hopefully. Let's swirl this around some more. I feel like I could just play with this for forever. Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of swirling it directly into the mold rather than mixing it in advance. That's just so fun for me. Okay, now we can hit this with some light. We will give it that 150 seconds. And I guess we can get a jump ring ready. Yeah, they also don't say like, oh, right, you need pliers for this, you know? Let's see where those jump rings are. Let's grab this guy. Funnily enough, in my organization, I thought to grab all of the supplies that I often use. So that's why I had that little screwdriver handy. And I should probably grab some toothpicks actually, but I have like the tweezers and pliers and all that now right in front of this space so that I don't have to go running around and grabbing them. So we do have our nifty little pliers right here, ready to go. Trying to be more organized in life, of which I rarely am. So what we are doing is grabbing our flower and one of the provided jump rings and attaching this right here. And that way we can attach the other one to it. I'm realizing this side is actually kind of sticky. Let's just hit this again. That side was a little sticky, so let's hit that for a minute. And I think that is the advantage of doing the double-sided thing. Like, again, it is really cool that they do provide this. That is awesome that they provide the actual light in the kit, but it is a tiny light. So I am very excited about the double-sided light that they sent because it's going to make life so much easier. Exactly like that. And it will cut the time in half or something. I don't know. I'm making up numbers. Don't quote me at all. I'm making stuff up. But it will cut that time significantly since it'll be hitting it on both sides, top and bottom. So that will be nice. But we can let this cure for just a little bit and then we can connect the pieces. I am thinking like maybe the chain is the way to go. Like if we're looking at the box, can y'all sort of see that? Yes. So like this one here, so that you can attach a whole bunch of little flower pieces to that. I think that might be the way to go. Otherwise, we need to get a drill and drill another hole into these because I wanted to make a keychain out of this, you know? And not just have it as its own little thing. Yeah, see, I feel like it's still a little sticky. It's still a little sticky. Let's hit this again. In the meantime, we can choose our next one. Let's do a combination. Since we did purple, let's grab the pink pearlescent type. And, oh, that's why. Is that because I only did the 60 seconds? That might be why. That makes sense. Well, let's get prepared. Thank you. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, why is it so sticky? Because I only did it for a minute. Thank you for catching that. Actually, let's not use that. Let's use our little screwdriver that I really just use as a pokey thing. So now I'm opening the pink pearlescent resin so that we can combine it with our purple one that we previously made so that we can test out this pearlescent resin. But it is the same issue. I don't know how to open this and I'm nervous to cut it. I don't understand. I don't understand how we're supposed to open this. And this is helpful to see what the kit looks like, but it's also annoying for a live that I don't look at these things in advance so that you know, like, so that I can actually do it correctly. But you do see what it would be like to do this live. So I am at a loss for how to open this myself because I am hesitant to cut this. But we might need to. Let's just try it. It is one of the small bottles, so let's go ahead and try it. Let's see. Let's just do it. Oh, gosh. I don't think this is the correct way to do this. I think that opened. I think there is a small hole now. Maybe this is how you're supposed to do it. I don't know if y'all can see that, but there is a tiny hole in the middle there. Huh. Interesting. So that might be correct, but it doesn't feel like it because it's really thick plastic that you have to cut to. I don't know. Olivia, yes, you said you got a boyfriend. So fun. Going on a month together in like 2 weeks. Cute. Super cute. I'm happy for you. I'm happy you're happy. Adorable. Okay, are we good? Are we good? That's pretty good. Well, either way, we can actually work on this. Why not? let's do two things at once. Let's move this out of the way and keep letting that cure. And we can now do another one. Let's do, I don't know, which should we do? Let's do one of these guys. So it has the, like, similar shape, but the fun details here. Oh, I'm an idiot. So that's what you don't want to do, is put your resin. Gosh darn it. I probably did that to this one too. So see how it's like really thick there? It's because it's partially cured, and it's because I left it right next to the light. Don't do that. You'd think I would learn. Apparently not. So let's pour this in. I'm going to pour a glob in there. And then we are going to grab our pink pearlescent ones, and I'm going to do the edges with this. And let's see if this works. Did I cut it enough? Yes, I did. Look at that. Okay, so that does. Oh, that is sparkly. Look at that. Oh, that is so pretty. That is such a pretty shimmer, and it's so glittery. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. I probably could have cut it even more. It is, I'm pressing pretty hard on this bottle to get it out. Oh, that is cute. Oh, I like that. And we can add some more dye. Let's add a little bit more of the drop in the middle. And let's grab our little stir stick. Yeah, so the pearlescent is resin. So it's already mixed, so it is more opaque. And I'm just going to try and mix the middle color, and then we're going to swirl the pink into the middle and like pull it inwards. Kind of like so. And I guess that'll add some pearl to this as well, apparently. Well, I guess because, yeah, pink, purple, those will mix nicely. I realize I should probably push the pink into the edges to make sure it is all filled. There we go. And now let's pull those in. And now it's like all pearl. That's cute. They do have a purple pearlescent anyways that they provide, but this is pretty fun. This is why resin is very fun. With the mini-verse kits, I feel like there's less room for playing around, but now that I just have this, there is a lot of ability to play, and this is delightful. Okay, that's kind of cute. We will hit this with the light and swap these guys, and we can attach these together. So let's do that. There we go. So now we're hitting that for the full 150. Awesome. And now we can attach these guys together. Oh, that is still sticky. I don't know what's going on. That's weird. Unless it's like my finger. No, that's definitely still sticky. I don't know. We can hit it with some more light. I don't know why that is still sticky. Just on that top side. But we can attach these guys. So we've got the jump ring, and we are going to try and loop it through. And try that again. There we go. And then we can take our pliers and squish this together. And press them and squeeze them. There we go. Lovely. And there we go. There is our little flower. That's so cute. But again, I wish there was a hole on this side. Like, that's such a cute keychain. If there is a hole there, and then I can attach a keychain to it. So there are limitations to this kit, I will say. I don't know how to attach something to it. Oh, you could do it as a spoke, though. Ah, we can do that. So in theory, you could have this be a spoke earring, but then again, there aren't the backings to these earrings. So that is very weird. But we could make it a spoke earring. These would be way too big for me. These would hit like my shoulders. But in theory, you could do that. And attach it there, dab a little bit of resin there, attach it and cure it. And that would be a cute little earring. But I think this would be a super cute keychain. Like as I was making this, I'm like, this feels very keychainy to me. And I like that. But for some reason, there aren't two holes. So I don't understand. Makes absolutely no sense to me. But there is that one at least complete. And now we need to make another leafy thing. Actually, maybe we'll just make that into a keychain. You know what? Let's do that so that we actually have a completed keychain to like see what this all looks like all done. So let's check that. That is done. Awesome. Let's move that out of the way. Let's take this guy out. Oh, cute. I probably could have added a little more dye in the middle there, but that is fun. I wonder if I can do like I'll see that now is, okay, I'm gonna hit this. I'm going to grab my acrylic paint pens so that we can color in that center. I have an idea. Let's grab those pens. It helps if I look in the right drawer. Okay, I'm going to, ooh, I almost missed my seat. That would have been fun. Okay, I have got a yellow paint marker here. And let's go ahead, let's turn this off, whoops. And color this in. And so this has a little pop of color to it. I probably should have done that initially, is just filled this with yellow on the bottom, filling out the mold, but you can also just paint with acrylic paint on top of it. And these acrylic paint pens work perfectly for that. There we go. So now it's got a little bit more color to it. Beautiful. And then let's grab our keychain piece. Let's add this guy. We can kind of make it how they have it. We need a jump ring as well. Oops, that's not a jump ring. This is a jump ring. Oh, interesting. That's how they do it. Huh. Well, I would rather do it like this. Yeah, let's grab a jump ring. So we are going to grab one of these guys. I do appreciate how many rings they provide. That is awesome. Feels like it's endless here, that they are all attached to each other. There we go. I think that's the way to do it. Just shake them, some will fall out, and then put the others back. So let's actually just set these aside because I am going to use a couple of them in a second. So let's attach this guy here and then attach it to the base, the bottom jump ring. Grab our pliers, close that up. That was perfect. And then let's add some leafies to it. So all the fun charms that they provide. I was seeing if there were others, but no, this is our set of charms. And so we can add some leaves to that charm. And what's funny is how I was just saying, like for this bracelet, the whole line of bracelets is gold and pearls. Like go figure, the timing of that. It's all gold and pearls. So y'all now know my feelings towards pearls. So I am personally gonna skip those. But we can add some leaves. It looks like there are leaves of different sizes. That's cute. And I think I saw a heart charm somewhere. Yes, let's grab our heart charm. Let's do that. And now I need one more jump ring, but that's fine. Let's grab our, actually let's start at the bottom. So let's do a big leaf, I'm thinking, at the bottom. And that one will be close to this base piece. So that'll be on this ring here. Oops, one up. Or I guess it's not the ring, it's the chain. And let's close that. Oops, there we go. And then go one up from that with this next one. And let's skip one maybe. Oops, I lost our ring. Yeah, let's go one up. Gosh darn it. Here we go. We got this. We got this. And there we go. There is our chain. And add this guy there, close it up, and we need one more ring. I put one too many away. There we go. Here is our third little jump ring. And let's add that to the top. And I'm thinking we actually may need to move that bottom one up a little bit because you can't really see it like at all. Whoops. Yeah, maybe those need to be swapped. Let's actually move this big one. Just kidding. Let's move this guy because you cannot see that at all. There we go. So let's maybe move this one to up here. Maybe let's ditch the heart also. Okay, let's do that. We are moving the big leaf up so you can actually see it. And let's close that up. I think that looks cute with the heart there. Okay, there we go. So there is our little keychain. I feel like I overdid it. Maybe the heart does need to go. Let's ditch the heart. That's too much. There's too much going on. And maybe it should have been 2 small leaves, but it's fine. Okay, ditching the heart. There. And then we got our 2 leaves, and there is our little keychain. If we hold it, it's just moving around a bunch. But there, so that works. As a keychain, I think this kit works really well. The jewelry part, I am very much questioning because all we have is this little charm that I now don't know what to do with unless you put it as a post earring. But there are our cute little pieces for that. So yeah, I mean, cute kit. I appreciate that it comes with everything, but I do not like at all how it doesn't have 2 holes. Like they could have made it so that some, since it's like multiple of the shape, they could have had some with 1 hole and then some with 2 holes, and that would have solved the problem. Because then you could just choose which one you want. But all of these only have 1 hole to them, so you can't actually make a full chain of them, and you need a drill to be able to drill a second hole. So there is a flaw to it, but I appreciate all the colors that they give. I think including the pearlescent, I didn't even realize that was part of it. So having these pearlescent UV resins is so fun in that. But yeah, so there is that new kit by Letsresin. And let's now try making one of the little animal butt bread clips. Because this is too stinking funny. And it is their new kit or new mold that they have. So let's go ahead and put some of this stuff away. I think I'm going to put it into the box itself to try and stay somewhat organized here. So I'm going to grab all of these pieces. I'm going to add that extra little jump ring here into the baggie. And let's see if I can get that in there. There we go. Perfect. But they come with so much, like there's a ton of resin in there. It comes with all of the dyes. So as far as like a starter set, I think it is pretty dang cool. But the molds themselves need some work, unfortunately. But if you have a drill, then you're fine. Whoops. Oh, that would have been bad. Okay, I just tossed this with the little open cap on it. So let's go ahead and put the actual cap on this pink one so it doesn't spill everywhere. And then we've got our charms. Let's put those in there. And the charm back in the charm bag. And I don't know what this one is for. I guess it's just to have a reusable mixing container, I'm guessing is the point of this silicone mixing container. And then we've got those little pieces to be able to display the earrings. And then we can put our molds in here. And these things, I'm actually going to cure this so that I can peel off the extra little bits to it. And let's move our pliers out of the way. And we will move the resin out of the way. We might actually use those just to use it up. But now we can use our little molds here, which is just so stinking funny. So we need to choose what animal we're doing. So again, these are bread clips in the shape of little animal butts. So there are a whole bunch of cats. We've got a little corgi, and then we've got some dogs and a chicken. And that is so stinking funny. I'm thinking this corgi is the way to go. I'm feeling this corgi, but I am open to votes. This is gonna be so funny. So we have to plan how we want to do this. I think I might end up using like acrylic paints at the end, but this is where we can try out the pearlescent resins, the pigment pastes, and our new chrome powder. So this is now probably hopefully cured. There we go, perfect. Okay, so now I can toss those over there, toss that to the side, move this whole box out of the way. We will move it behind everything. There we go. Okay, do one cat, a dog, and the chicken. I don't know if we have time to do all of them, but we can start with a dog at least. So let's do this corgi. Oh, that is so stinky. I'm trying to open up this chrome powder. And I think the way I'm going to do it is brushing its butt with the powder so that part will be all sparkly, shiny silver. So let's open this guy up. I don't know if there's any information about it. Nope, it's just for external use only. This is so much. Oh my God. This is like the biggest container. Oh, that's pretty though. So it's white chrome. This is interesting. So here, based on the box, it makes it seem like it's going to be silver, but that is very clearly white. So go based off of the name of the product, because that is very clearly white chrome powder. So I think this is just like a shimmery pearlescent thing. It seems like the actual glitter in it though is much more fine than the pearlescent that we just did. So like this has much chunkier pieces of glitter than this one. So let me grab a brush, actually. Let's see if there's one right over here. This will do. Why not? Sure. It's kind of a small brush, but we will make do. So I don't have to go hunting. And let's open this guy up. Open this. Oh my God, glitter everywhere. Holy cow. Whoop, whoop. Okay, maybe we'll brush it off of this. That is so much. Okay. Yes, beautiful. Y'all can even see that. That is so shiny. I'm just going to brush it off of the cap because there is so much on that cap. And we are just going to paint the corgi's butt with the glitter so that he's a nice shiny booty here. And that will pop so nicely. And then maybe we'll do his ears as well, like the inside of his ears. Okay, we need a bigger brush. That's gonna drive me crazy. So let's quickly grab a bigger brush and see what we can do. Actually, yeah, this one will work. There, much bigger brush. Speed this along. And again, I am just working off of the cap, so I'm also not grabbing that much powder at a time. But oh my gosh, this is so stinking pretty. I wonder how makeup safe this is and like body safe. Because that is so pretty on my hand. I don't know if y'all remember when I did the body spray on myself. Like this is coming out prettier than that stuff did. So you can just like spray it onto yourself. That sounds delightful. Okay, I've got to get it all into its butt crack, basically. I don't know who came up with this. Like, this is stuff no one asked for, you know? So, like, who designed this? Who came up with this? Who approved this? It is too stinking funny. First off, like, who is asking for, like, resin bread ties, considering your bread comes with a tie? But this is obviously just a fun, whimsical thing, which I am all for. And that it's little animal butts. It's so cute. Okay, let's do that. Fill in this area here. And I just want to make sure we get it all into those sections, as well as right here to fill it out. So we got a nice shiny butt here. Adorable. And then I'm thinking we'll do the inside of his ears. And so for this, I'll grab the smaller brush and I'm just going to paint the inside of those ears with this powder. And then we have to decide what color to make this guy overall. There. And then its other ear. I don't know if we make it like a yellow. Maybe we'll do like just a plain yellow with like try using the pigment paste. Yeah, maybe let's do that. We'll open up the pigment paste and see. Okay, beautiful. There is our corgi with its ears. Adorable. And let's go ahead and close up this powder. And, oh my gosh, something I completely forgot about. So there's also a code. There's a coupon code for all of this. So all of this you can get on Amazon or their site, but I think Amazon actually has the best deal for Let's Resin products. But there's in the description, there's also coupon codes for all of this. So you can get all of this for 10% off. Unfortunately, it's a different code for each like product line, but I have it in the description explaining which is which. So yeah, everything is linked in the description and the codes are there. I think you might as well just like put both codes in. I think it's like abcrafty 2 and abcrafty 3 are the ones to use. But yeah, so thankfully they are being amazing and have offered some nice coupon codes for y'all. But we are opening the resin pigment. Whoops, I think I may have opened the wrong. Whoopsie dips. So let's use the pigment paste because this one is going to be opaque. Or let's just do that. That'll work. There we go. Let's open this up. Toss that to the side. And where are, see, this is much more difficult with unboxing when it's so close. So here is our yellow though. Awesome. And let's go ahead and just use this container that we were already using with the previous kit, though I don't know how. I think that is already solid. It's fine. And we will use the same resin that we were using because that's what I would use anyways, is that new container of clear hard type resin. I'm just gonna pour a bunch into here. I do not know how much I'm supposed to use. That feels like it's not gonna be enough, but we can always add more. And then let's go ahead and open this guy, our pigment paste. And carefully open this. Get it all over our hands. Awesome. Beautiful. grab a paper towel and put this on that. And I'm also going to wipe my fingers off because there is all the yellow on my hands now. Okay, then we can add the top back on and pour some drops of this, I guess. Again, we're going to start small, and I'm actually going to grab those silicone mixy thingies that we were just using in the other kit, because that is actually super helpful. I like that. So let's stir this together. I'm going to try and not make bubbles as best I can. Ooh, it looks like that one drop goes a long way. That is awesome. Oh, I am going to be a fan of this pigment paste. Oh, that is so nice. I'm so used to using like mica powders and stuff and trying to get that to the point of opacity is so annoying. Like you have to add so much and you're like, I don't know if this is going to cure or not. That was one tiny drop. And this is completely opaque and completely colored. Amazing. Absolutely love that. Ooh, love it. I hope the red is good. We're gonna have to try something with red because that is always a big problem, is trying to find a good red pigment. Because it always comes out pink for some reason. So here is our little corky and its adorable little butt. And so now we can pour all of this over. And we're just gonna cover the whole thing in this. And apparently have it drip everywhere. Let's try and get it into the tail. Yeah, we're gonna need to make more. But at least we have our base layer down. So we can pour this into all of the little areas and push it carefully in. So like get it into the ear spot. Beautiful, beautiful. Make sure it all fills out, because ultimately when I mix some more, it's going to have a different opacity to it because I didn't measure anything. So I want to make sure at least this bottom layer, everything is the same type. Actually, let's just keep using this corner and get it into, let's just try and push it. I don't know. And by the same type, I mean the same like color, at least on the base layer, so that it remains even. And I'm going to turn this around so I can see what I'm actually doing and make sure we get it into all of the nooks and crannies here, literally around the butt. This is so funny. I can't get over how ridiculous this is. And I maybe just like tap it some to help even it out a bit. I mean, honestly, we could just leave it like that. It'll just be very thin, that's all. But I kind of want to add a little bit more. So let's go ahead and add a little bit more here. So I'm going to add some clear. And honestly, I could actually just pour some clear on top of this. That is not a big deal. Let's do that. And let's just, whatever extra resin pigment was in there, we can just mix that in just so it is a little bit more even. And then we can pour this on top. Actually, no, I'm gonna do this because I'm worried it's going to potentially, whoops, that's fine. I'm worried it's potentially going to mix with that, and so then there'll be patches of clear and stuff. So there, let's add a tiny bit, carefully pick that up. So an even smaller drop of pigment and mix that in. I feel like we're gonna need more resin. Oh my goodness. Making a mess. Wouldn't be alive if I didn't make an absolute mess. So go figure. Okay. Here we go. Now let's stir this up. And this one definitely is a little bit lighter, but that is fine. At least it won't be completely clear. It is still opaque though. It is just a paler color, that's all. Okay, so now we can pour this on. I realize we can't really see what I'm doing. Let's move this a little more forward. And let's get the tail area because that one was kind of lacking. And then this side was also kind of lacking. And let's just fill in all of the extra space here all along the butt. And back here, and again, fill out that tail. Beautiful. Lovely. Okay. And ideally I would have some sort of like shaky table or something that would help make it all even, but it should self-level. It does look like egg yolk. Oh my God, you're so right. That like legit is the color of egg yolk. Holy cow, for sure. And I just realized I did not set up our light. So we need to open that. So let's do that. Let me grab the light so that we can use this fancy new light with the double-sided, lights. And what did I do with the scissors? Here, oh, the scissors. And cut this open. I'm doing this off camera because I don't want to squish this into the actual resin, of course, because I'm pretty sure I would make everything fall in like immediately. But there's nothing really exciting unboxing this. So let's move that there. Let me grab the scissors, put that in its spot. Though there is like some plexiglass here. I'm guessing that is to hold everything in the middle. Oh, that is kind of nice though. Oh yeah, that was fun. There is that. Ooh, there's a small bubble. Where? Okay, wait. There's small bubbles in the dog near the tail. In the tail. I am not seeing it. What? I mean, you guys might honestly have a better angle than I do, but I am not seeing any bubbles. Maybe be more specific? Maybe if I'm moving around, are there still bubbles? Apparently this comes in 2 parts. Oh, yes. Let's peel this. Ooh. That was actually kind of loud. More up by the head. Huh. Okay, I will take a closer look, but let me get this open. Apparently there's like actually some assembly or something. No. There is a cable here. I don't think this is honestly that complicated. So let's just attach these 2 pieces together. That looks like that is all that it is. So I don't know why there's a whole instructions. I don't really know what the point of this is other than to slide in the middle of it. Yeah, what? I wish y'all could see what I'm actually doing, but the camera will not. Whoop! We basically have to do one thing at a time. So let's move this out of the way. So let's move Corgi Butt out of the way. Now let's move this thing here. And again, because I changed the camera angle, this is not the best for y'all to see. Maybe I do need the instructions to see where this glass piece goes, because I don't really understand the point of this glass piece. What the heck? Yeah, those connect through magnets. Then insert the support plate into the slot into the middle of the bottom lamp. So this actually, it just like attaches like that. So that is simple enough, but I don't understand where this goes, unless it literally is just that. If it goes in between those, but it's too big for that. Ensure the support plate is fixed in place. It can slide back and forth, but it's not clear where it actually goes, because that's going to fall and it doesn't fit into that slot. It is. Oh my God, you know, be smart is if I took off these corners. I thought the corners were attached to it. That was just for travel. There we go. Now that makes sense. Whoops. Okay, well, we don't need that right now. This just slides in like that. There. There we go. And now we can just place this on top. Whoops. And hopefully it doesn't. Here, I'm going to carefully do that. So we can just place that like that into the little thing and then place this on top. Joker is ripping up some plastic behind me. And now we can grab our cable and plug this in. I didn't realize it came with like a little like glass stand for it. That's cool. The heck is this? Why are there two? Oh, okay. So it has two connectors for the top piece and bottom piece. That's weird. So they literally function separately. So in theory, you could use them as two separate lights and just like they literally have the same thing on them, which actually makes me think, do I have to click it on both sides separately? I think they literally function separately. Okay, hang on, let me plug it in first, and then we will see. Ugh. Let's grab this, plug her in. There we go. Okay, because if you see there are buttons, again, this is not a good angle because we're zoomed in, but there are buttons on this side. And so if I turn that on, oh no, it turned everything on. Okay, so I don't know why we need to plug both in separately, unless maybe if they're not connected, then they need to be plugged in separately. But anyways, so it's basically two domes like this that stick together through magnets. And so you can either use them as one whole piece so that it gets the top and bottom at the same time, or you could, I guess, use them as two separate pieces and just have more real estate available to be able to use. So, I don't know. Apparently it also comes in different light colors, which I don't really understand. I don't know what the benefit is of having a different actual color to the light. If there is a difference, I don't think so, because I figured it's like, it's UV light, UV lights, UV lights, UV lights, like it's UV rays. So it's like the wave pattern is UV. So I don't know what it matters, the color of it. But I guess this one is the blue one, if that helps. I'm just really excited that it does both sides at one time, and I'm thinking it'll cut the time in half and just be way more efficient at getting everything solidified and cured. But I hit it for the 3-minute thing, so we will see how that goes. In the meantime, I'm actually going to open the pearlescent colors so that we can do one more with pearlescent. So in chat, let me know which character you want me to do, whether like another cat or not another cat, but a cat, another dog, or the chicken. And we can do that one with the pearlescent colors. I'm going to overstock with my teeth, apparently. There we go. And let's get this open. And this one has a whole bunch of colors. It looks like they are bigger. They are significantly bigger than the little kit. So that's cool. Oh, weird. There is a weird smell to... What the heck? There's almost like perfume in this. Or like essential oils. I don't know, like a eucalyptus smell to this box. What? This is so weird. That smells nice. What the heck? What? I don't know if there's something in this or that's like the plastic of it, but this, or I'm having a stroke. I don't know. But this box of pearlescent UV resin smells really good. I think it's like a eucalyptus scent to it. That is so bizarre. Okay, Olivia, you're voting chicken. So let's just do chicken since no one else is speaking up as well. So your vote counts for 100% of votes. It looks like we have all colors available. So also, what colors are we doing? It literally is red, orange, yellow, greens, blues, purples, white, black, silver, gold. Yeah, that's awesome. So the pearlescent colors, it comes with everything. This is not fully cured. There is looks like a bubble there. I just scraped it off. I wonder if it's because of the pigment and I used too much pigment. I'm just gonna hit that for 5 minutes. Let's move on to the next one. I'm gonna leave that in the back, and the chicken is on the other container, the other set of molds anyways, so that works out really well. Okay, here is our little chicken butt. That's awesome. And this will be much easier so that we can do just different colors all throughout. So we can make it different colors, the same color, so we can literally make like its feet yellow or white and feathers different colors. Try the red. Oh, we can make its like gargly thing red for sure. Let's see if we can find them. Lavender, silver, orange. Maybe I'll just set colors that I think we might use to the side. Blue, purple, black, maybe pink, lavender, brown, maybe yellow, white, sky blue, green, red, purple, dark green, gold. Sweet. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of different colors here. I think we have to do the whole cutting thing again. I didn't open, wait, was there instructions? I don't think there were instructions for these pearlescent UV resins. So let's just grab the scissors and I will cut it open like we did before with these caps, because that is the only thing I can think of here. But like, it's not like this cuts easily. I am so confused by this. Ugh. Oh, fantastic. That went right onto the little dude. Okay, cool. There. We have cut that open. But see, like, that doesn't seem right to me. I feel like you're supposed to poke a hole through it. It's very odd. So let's grab our red. Let's grab, where did our screwdriver go? Which I used to open stuff. Here is our stuff there. And place our cap back on it. And now we can fill this guy in. This is so cute. So let's try and grab his little gargly thing. And I guess his head thing. We will make those red. I am sure that there is no tiny hole. It is very confusing. Okay, carefully try and fill in this space. And beautiful. And then his head. Like, I tried to poke it anywhere along the top and nothing budges. So I do not understand. And where did our little silicone stirry guy go? Here it is. Actually, I'm going to cure that, and then we will grab the other one. Let's grab this guy and knock off all of those purpley bits. though it looks like it. Yeah, okay, it's in the correct spot. And so now maybe let's do yellow for the feet. Sure, why not? Open this up, and then same thing. Oops, I need the caps. Let's grab a bunch of caps. Let's cut this open. Yeah, see, like, I don't get it. Like, if I try to, it is hard plastic on there. And, like, there's no clear indication of where to cut it or anything. Oops. Okay, I'm actually going to cut it off camera because I'm worried it's going to hit the resin. Probably should have cut these first. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Okay, and I'm just gonna open another one while we are here. Oh my God, you guys. I am an idiot. I don't think this is the first time I have done something like this. It's a good thing I have a lot of caps. It's just a screw cap. It's a cap to that top. And then that's open. You are not supposed to cut it. Oh my God. At least I didn't ruin a million caps doing this. And I stopped because I was like cutting this one and it shifted. And I was like, that's weird. Oh my God, it's a top. There's a top to these. Fantastic. To be fair, none of y'all called me out on it either. So, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Well, at least I figured it out. Hopefully I will remember this. There's a top. You don't need to cut anything. And so there's a top to that one, to the regular resin as well. Okay, let's just move on. I'm going to fill in these lengths with the yellow. Whoa, that is like neon. Holy cow. Okay, we're gonna. Oh no. Okay, I think we just lost connection for a second. I don't know what y'all missed. We are filling in the legs here. Very bright yellow going on. Okay, and now, I don't know if we do like little accent, maybe the beak. We'll also do yellow for the beak. I wonder if I can get like tiny black with the eye in the center of the eye. Yeah, see? Ginger heartbeat. You're right there with me. There was nothing that implied that it was a screw top. Oh my God. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, here is the black. I'm going to try and get the tiny little dot of its eye. Boop. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Yeah, that would be nice if they mentioned it in the instructions. And now, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? Maybe we'll do white around the eye, or maybe we'll just add some like highlights of different colors, like of browns and stuff. Let's do brown. Let's do that. Let's open all of these up. So this actually makes it a lot easier because you can just open all of these up and put tops on them. And like, you don't need to wait to do any of it. I don't really understand why they don't just sell it with these tops though. Like, why do they sell it with this if you're going to pour it anyways? And like, this is basically both options. You can just take this whole thing off and pour it that way. So I don't understand. That's like part of the confusion for me. Oh, maybe we'll make his whole head white. Actually, so I might cure this as is so that we can then add layers onto. Actually, we probably don't need to. We don't need to. Let's just try it. But in theory, if we wanted to make it more precise, we could cure that. And so things won't mix. No, I'm going to. Let's move this guy out of the way and we'll just hit it with a little bit of light into here just to get this stuff cured so that the eyeball doesn't get messed up and like the other little bits and bobs. So I'm going to slide that in like so. And we will just let that cure for a second, and I will grab more tops since we can now add all the tops that we want. So here's this. But in the meantime, we can actually open this guy. He feels cured to me. It's a little like bendy, but I think he's good. So let's go ahead and peel this guy off. And we have our little corgi guy, our little corgi bread clip. If we can peel him off as carefully as possible. I feel like this part is going to be, oh, that was easy. There we go. There's our little corgi. That is so silly. Oh my goodness. I feel like we need to fill in its eyes so we can actually see it. Where is my paint pens? Let's grab the black so we can see these details here. Is this one black? This looks like black. There. Let's grab this and we can color this guy in and fill in these little details. So we can fill in his nose. And again, this is just an acrylic paint marker. And they have the little details here for the face. And so I am just going in and coloring those in. And I am not the best at staying in the lines, even if the lines are like super walls. I can still get outside those walls. But I don't know. I guess we'll just color in around that eye. I feel like this should probably be white and then the pupils should be black, but it's fine. It'll be like an emoji basically instead. And color that around. There we go. And same thing. I am just going to color in this area like so. Cute. Yeah, this definitely needed that detail. Awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, so I do really like combining it with the, whoopsies. Let's see if I can wipe that off real quick. Yes, I can. Awesome. Whoops, 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 whoops. Okay, well, we got a little bit of a smear there. Let's see if I can get that off. Scrape it off, maybe? No, whoops. Well, whatever. That is okay. So there we go. There's our little corgi butt. That's pretty stinking cute. I don't know how well it's going to actually hold a bread bag, but like to make these as little gifts, that is so stinking cute. Oh my God, how cute would it be actually if you were giving a gift in like a little baggie, like a plastic cellophane bag, and then you connected it with this and like held it all together with a little corgi clip. That would be stinking adorable. And I gotta say, I do really like that chrome powder. It like hits it in the light. It's either like really white or you can like subtly see it. So it's like a nice pop. Yeah, y'all can see it on that. I just looked at the camera. Yeah, you can see the difference there. That's so fun. And I do like the little details there with the little acrylic paint. So stinking cute. So now we can finish this chicken up here. Let's get this guy out. We will grab our white and put this around, whoops, oh, put this around the eyeball, and I'm actually gonna hit it again with the light after I do this so that it doesn't smear everywhere. Same logic in place. But it just needs to cure a little bit, so we can just hit it for like a minute or so. we'll just do it. Well, I guess it does it for 2 minutes. Holy crap, I just noticed the yellow glows. Can y'all see that? You can barely see it, but look at that. Isn't that crazy? Super neon with that yellow. Oh my God, coloring with inland lines is immensely overrated. Amen. Not a skill I have. I will keep repeating that till the end of time. It is just not a talent I ever learned. So that is my life. I'm just gonna open some more colors here while we are waiting for that to cure, because why not? So we've got some gold, we've got white, we have yellow and brown. So I figured we could do some sort of combination of all of these. We will do the whole head brown, and then maybe like its feathers, some brown and gold, and then like the rest of the body white. Let's see how well this works. Again, I am pretty still new to resin, so we will just test it out and see. I'm gonna see how far along we are. Yeah, that's fine, we're good. Turn that off. And so let's fill this guy in with the brown. Whoopsie, now I almost opened the whole bottle. I wanna open just the top. And let's fill this in. I do like these pearlescent. I will say, I think I really like the pre-mixed stuff as well, the pre-mixed resin, so that it already has the color. It makes it so much faster, you know? So that is really nice. And let's fill that in, make sure it goes to the edges with this. I think I'm gonna go over it with clear after. I think, yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do, so that it's all the same level and the same thickness. Otherwise, this is gonna be very different thicknesses here. Okay, so there is brown there, and maybe we will do some brown edges to the feathers here. And then we can do some gold. And then same thing here. We'll add some brown to the feather tips. And then I'll do gold next. And put some gold here. Ooh, that's pretty. That is very similar to the brown, I will say. Oh, that is pretty. That's interesting. I feel like the oh, that's why. The gold has gold glitter to it, whereas the others have silver glitter. Huh. I wonder why they did it like that. Interessant. Well, there is that. And now we can do some mixies. Let's do some mixin' here. Where is my little mixer? I can use this guy. And just kind of like do some of that and like blend them a little bit. Do some blending. And blendy blend and blendy blend. Just so it's not a stark difference here. Blend it a little. Beautiful, beautiful. You believe it's more of a skill to work outside of the lines? I love that. That's awesome. Or not any lines. No, I need lines. I need the lines. I can't draw. I can't draw at all. Oh my goodness. So I do need the lines for sure. Okay, so now we can fill this in with white. I'm just going to put a little bit of white so that we can blend it a little bit. And then we will fill in the rest with white, but this is our blendy white. So do they have pre-mixed UV resin with non-pearlescent colors? I think so. I think they do, yes. So that would be nice to have. I might request that, honestly. because that would be super helpful in some situations. Because like for the last kit, so for that flower kit, like I really had fun mixing the colors, but I don't necessarily want to do that all the time, you know? Sometimes it's easier to just grab the color and go, like with this. So now we're doing some fun blending here. And now we will fill in the rest with white. So get all around the edge of these wings, the winglings here. And now we can fill in all this area down here as well. Ooh, I am really liking how this one is coming out, honestly. This is beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that, and then we can push it around. Let's wipe this off, just so we don't mix all of the colors too much. And so now I can move this into all the spaces like we did last time, and make sure it fills in every little nook and cranny. Hopefully not get too many bubbles in it. I probably should have hit that with some UV, I'm realizing, around the neck and around the wings, but it should be okay. I'm going to do a little bit more blending, so again, it's not as harsh of a line. Into these little feathery areas. And then same thing here. Just do a little bit of blending. Kind of tap it on top just to help mix. Apparently my finger wants to get involved in that as well. Awesome. So got some resin on me there. Whoopsie dips. But there we go. Okay. Beautiful. Now I am going to hit this again with a little bit of light, and then we can get our clear and top it off so that it is all level. I know, look at them feet glow. Crazy pants. And now I've learned this actually has a screw top. So much easier. There we go. I will say, I feel like I have used a lot of this already. I think I have used at least half the bottle. But again, this was for the other kit, so I mean, there is that. We used it just for this giant guy. So these do use a fair amount of resin, it seems. Overall, I feel like I prefer UV resin to regular resin. It is so much easier to work with. And you don't have like, I mean, obviously you should still work in a well-ventilated area and everything, but it's not as toxic of fumes, I believe. So yeah, I mean, it does say, if necessary, put on a respirator and goggles, work and store in a well-ventilated space. But yeah, it is not, and you're supposed to be using gloves. So FYI, I really should be using gloves because I did get it all over me. I just don't have super sensitive skin. So not the end of the world for myself personally. I'm just going to do a quick check. That is probably fine. I just want it cured enough so that when I add the clear, it's not going to mix with everything. So now I am just coating this with clear to fill in all of the extra space and make it all nice and even and level. And obviously like thicker so that we don't have to waste all of the pearlescent stuff. I'm going to assume that the pearlescent resin is going to be more expensive than clear resin. So I really didn't actually need to use all that much pearlescent for this, but I didn't think about the fact that I was going to cover the whole thing in clear until midway through what we were doing. So, But that's something to keep in mind. That way you can save your pearlescence. Like I didn't need it, like pretty much filled in the feetsies with the yellow. I didn't need to do that. It is much harder to see how full it is though with clear. I can't really tell. Okay, I think we're good. I think that's pretty good. And that might be good. We might be able to just plop that in. Maybe I'll just give it a little bit of a tap just to help level it. Though again, I think it is self-leveling. There is a bubble right there. Let's pop that guy by just scooching. Scooch, get out of there, bubble. I don't know if there are any others. Do a quick scan, though this is the bottom of it, so that's not actually that big of a deal. Okay, now let's put this into here and hit that for 3 minutes. Sure, why not? I am very excited about this new light. This makes me very happy to have this double-sided light. I am going to use this all the time. Oh my goodness. Sorry, other nail lamp. You have been retired. So if you can take your pick, I would recommend this lamp. This is delightful. I do wish it could just be wider though, but it is still bigger, honestly, than any other lamp that I've used because it can actually be over these molds. I don't know if molds are standardized though for resin. Like, are they all this width, which to me looks like 8 inches roughly, or like just shy of 8 inches, so that it could fit on an 8-inch plate. Yeah, so it looks like that is how big of an item you can put in this. And it looks like it's probably about 5 inches deep, but it has lights on top and bottom. It doesn't have lights on the sides, which the nail lamp does have. So that is something, but I think I would still use this one over a nail lamp. Oh yeah, that one's going. We've got this little guy. I think my thing is like, I need to figure out how to color these in. Oh, maybe I should do a line at its butt crack. Okay, wait, let's fill that line in while we wait for that guy to cure. Because there is a little line here that I can fill in. Help accentuate its little booty here. Oh, there's also a line here. Oh, okay, wait, we're filling in more little spaces on our corgi here to give it a little more detail. Oh my gosh, acrylic paint pens. I don't know how I lived without them for so long. These are amazing. And there are little lines here. Okay. Okay, little details. Here we go. Look at that. And then some more little pops. Are there others that I'm missing? I don't know. Okay, yeah, those details definitely help. That is so cute. The little butt crack. Oh my gosh. That's so stinking cute. That is too funny. Also, because it's like the pontoons. Look at those pontoons. They are so cute. Adorable. Hopefully this chicken comes out fun. We did make it much more simple with this guy, but I was most curious to try out just the mold itself and then the chrome powder. So I think I definitely could have been more heavy-handed with the chrome powder because like these spots are a little more bare. But it is really pretty. Okay, let's see. I think that might be pretty good. In the meantime, we'll just give it a few more minutes. Is there anything else that I'm missing that we didn't cover? We've got all of our resins. We got to try the paste. We tried the dye in the other kit. So no, I think we tried everything. But the other resins, what is it? The UV bonding resin? Yes, kit for bonding. That was just for my own personal use. Same with the silicone putty, but we can probably use those in future projects. Same with the resin dyes. But yeah, we tried all this stuff. This is fun. I enjoy this. I think these are so funny. I think I'm just going to make these, like I said, for wrapping presents as like a little gift tag. Because it is so funny. I will have to see how well it works with an actual bread tag. But to me, honestly, this space feels really big for like sealing any kind of plastic bag. So I don't know. That seems really big to me, unless you like slide it into like one of the lines, maybe. I don't know. I wish they were smaller so they were a little more practical, but as a novelty, I think that is really cute. Okay, I think we might be good. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and, whoops, turn this guy off. Move this out of the way. And that is hot as hell. Oh my God, I'm gonna give that a second to cool here. Dear Lord. I can start like cleaning stuff up. Now we have learned that you don't need to cut resin open. You don't need to cut these things open. They work just fine with their regular tops, but I can at least close that one since I opened that top up. And we have our new pigment paste. I'm gonna have to figure out where to put all of my new goodies. Oh my goodness. Like I said, yesterday I spent 4 hours cleaning this whole space. It was an absolute mess. And so now I'm realizing what I actually need in here. And it's a whole lot of storage. More storage space seems to be the conclusion. So I have to figure all that out. So if y'all have recommendations for some fun craft storage, I'll have to do a whole video of like craft tour and storage ideas or something probably. Because I realize that you guys don't actually know the space that I work in. So that might be fun to share as well. But okay, I think we can get this guy undone, demolded. It is still very hot. But let's try our best to get this guy off the mold. This seems to be the trickiest part, is the actual booty. There we go. You can just break off all of the extra little pieces. That is nice. It does break off super easily if there are any tiny little excess runoffs. Lovely. Okay, and now moment of truth. Let's flip this guy over. Oh my God, that is so cute. That turned out so well. Oh my God, that turned out so much better than I was expecting. Oh, that is so pretty. Okay, I think I do want to fill it in with the marker so that we have the added details. But otherwise, holy cow, this came out so nice. Like these feather areas. Let's go ahead and fill that in. And again, we are using our acrylic paint markers here. And fill that in. No worries, Olivia. Dinner is just as important. Though I will say today's like a super mellow day. Not many people joining today, which I am surprised about. I don't know what is going on today. I don't know if it just like didn't push it through the vertical feed or something. I don't know. But I feel like much more mellow today, which I don't mind. But I definitely have, it's definitely fun with more people and when y'all ask questions and everything. I love that. That's my favorite. But it is more mellow. And I was so excited for these, but hopefully people can watch the playback after. Okay, let's color all of this space in. I like the added detail here with the black. And it looks like its little pontoons get filled in as well with some definition. There we go. You love the idea of using them as gift toppers, right? Because that way it's like still a gift, but it's kind of like a joke gift. Because again, I don't know how well these will actually work as bread ties. I mean, I'm definitely going to try it out, but my hope, I mean, I hope that they'll work, but my suspicion is it won't necessarily be the best. But it is a silly way. Like, instead of a bow, you just put these on. I think that's more the fun, honestly. Like, instead of a ribbon tying a gift together, like having a chicken butt, like that is way funnier. Oh, we've got some details up here as well. Fill this in. And then these are reusable too, you know, as gifts. So it's the gift that keeps giving while people continue to pass these around as bows for other gifts. Okay, I think, oh no, there are more little sections that I keep seeing. Are there any other little sections? No, that was me. Okay, there we go. The chicken came out way better. Olivia, good call with the chicken. I was like, that kind of sounds silly, but it is chicken butt, so like that's fun. Hang on, there is a little piece. Let me grab these tweezers and pop out that little piece back there. That was driving me crazy. And then there's a little piece right here as well. And there we go. That is adorable. I really like those pearlescent ones. It is nice and shiny. That is so silly. Look at that. This is so cute. Okay, there are our two little animal butt bread clips. And then where are our little finished pieces? Where did our little keychains go? Where did I put those? Oh no. Ah, right here. The molds were covering them. So then we have our keychain that we made, as well as our little thing, our little dangly thing that I wish could be made into a keychain. But there we go. There were our projects for today. As always, everything is linked in the description, and there are coupon codes there for 10% off all of the Let's Resin products. So take a look at those if you are interested. I definitely really like, I think my favorite thing is probably these UV resins, and then the pigment paste, I think were my favorite. I think as a concept, the jewelry making kit is cute, but I do have a real problem with it not having two holes to be able to actually make the keychains and stuff that you want to make by putting leaves and stuff on them. So yeah, these I do think, I was like hesitant for these bread molds, but they are really funny, and thinking about using them for gift tags rather than, and like instead of a bow, like using them as gift tags instead of a bow rather than bread clips, I think is the way to go. And I much prefer that, and like having it pitched more that way. That is pretty dang funny. And I'm probably going to use these for gifts and make more of them. But yeah, there we go. And also bracelets. The bracelets also linked in the description in case you are excited about those. Take a look. Yeah, today was a long one. 2 hours today. My goodness. Okay, had a lot to get through, but that's fine. I think next week, so next live will probably be Saturday next week, 12 p.m. Make sure you are subscribed and do the notification bell and click like all notifications to make sure you get the alert for when I do go live. But otherwise, you can look roughly 12 p.m. standard time, and not standard time, oh my gosh, central time, 12 p.m. central time on Saturdays is when I go live. Yeah, I might put, it's been a while since I actually put the poll up for what y'all want to see, but I will probably do that for this upcoming one. So keep a lookout for that midweek. But otherwise, thank you all for joining, and I will see you next time. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. Take care.